What's going on? It's your boy Jody Smoke, the mad scientist. We've got a legendary CC build here, which I believe is the best in the game. And once I fully optimise it, it will be the best in the game, and I mean the very best. I don't think statistically you can get any better on the stats, because of course on legendary you want to run the blinder and the AMP. We'll show you what I'm hitting at the minute. We've got a 20-second cooldown and a 24.4 duration on the blinder. And we've got a 12.2 with a 14.3 duration on the AMP. So the cooldown is shorter than the duration, which in theory means that I should be able to continually proc these statuses. However, I will say, I believe based on difficulty and also enemy type, that the durations do vary because of resistances that these enemies have. And I also think Black Tusk have an additional resistance to every other faction, but I'll have to do a little more testing to be 100% sure. We're going to jump straight in with the build. We're going survivalist for the extra 10% damage to status affected enemies for you and your team. We're using the flame grenades with that because I think the incendiary grenades are the most effective grenade you can use, especially for a status build, as you can apply that burn, which at the minute is absolutely OP. I think that's because of the upcoming raid, why they've made it so effective. For the gun, we are using the SMG just because I'm a terrible shot with perpetuation, which grants 50% status effect damage and duration. Damage isn't so important, but the duration is. We're pairing that with a Acosta Mad Bomber combo. So the Acosta refunds your grenade for throwing it if one in the hand hasn't been procced. It grants one skill tier, which for us is of course Overcharge. And we're getting 3 extra grenades and 10% status bonus, which is why I'm using this. I can grant Overcharge, which boosts me blinder and me AMP. It also gives us extra 10% status effect on top of that, and you can roll skill haste and a skill haste mod slot onto this as well, which will help bring down your numbers. It does have skill damage, which is a bit of a shame. If you could change that to status effect, I would be over the moon, but it is how it is. I'm very happy with the way that the exotics are rolling at the minute, as it saves us having to farm for multiple exotics when I've already got one in my gear set. We're pairing this up with, as I said, the Mad Bomber, which gives you the extra grenade radius, which is going to help you burn status a lot more enemies. It used to be more effective when you used to have to hit an enemy with a grenade, but now you just have to throw it to grant the overcharge, so it's more effective for applying status than granting the overcharge. But either way, I'm very happy with the changes that they made to the Acosta Go bag, which makes, I believe, Mad Bomber even more effective. And you get an extra refund if you kill an enemy. You probably won't be killing that many enemies with flames, but you can get an extra grenade back if it ever does, and you can cook them, which can become pretty clutch in certain situations, because enemies seem to be very good at diving away, even with Mad Bomber and the ridiculous radius you've got. As you can see, for my brand bonuses, I've got 2 Wyvern for the 10% status effect. I've got 1 Hannah for the 10% skill haste. I've got 1 Golan for the 10% status effect. And because there's no other brand bonus that boosts one of them 2 stats, I'm using the improvised holster, so I can get a utility mod slot, and I can put that skill haste mod slot in there. As you can see, I've got a god rolled improvised holster. I did craft about 3,000 of these before I got this, so I'm very happy that I've finally got it. And it just looks beautiful to the eye because I've also got a 12% skill haste mod as well. With the hammer, I've rolled status and skill haste, same with the Wyvern gloves. Exactly the same with every single piece. I will say about the Golan, it is hard to farm for one of these pieces, as Golan rolls with blue on the core, which is armor, so you do need to find one with status effect and skill haste to roll it onto a skill tier. What we'll do now, we'll give you a little demonstration of the max I can get out of my blind, because I do believe that blind is probably the most effective duration. So you throw your grenade, grant the overcharge, proc perpetuation, and as you can see, this blind will far outlast my duration, my cooldown, sorry. So you got what, 20 seconds on the cooldown there, and I can almost guarantee that it'll be almost double that amount, or just less. So there you go, I got my blinder back. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 seconds. So almost 8 seconds longer than the duration when it's fully procced against what I believe will be the biggest resistance you'll receive from an elite enemy, which is the majority of the hardest enemies you hit, other than tanks and named elites, which I do believe have a slightly boosted explosive resistance. But anyways, that's the build. If you have any points you could want to high in, if you think that you can get a better numbers than I can, I'd like to see that. Or if you just got any improvements on the builds or any comments, please just comment on the video and let us know. This is my first video. I'm not really doing it for the likes of subscribes. I'm only doing it because I believe that this is the best status build in the game for legendaries, and I want you all to get that completion and get that operator gear. But also, if you like these videos, I do have a couple of other crazy builds going on, from an aces build to a heroic to a CC build, my crit status build, skill shield healer. So if you want to see us do a video of them, like the comments. If I get enough likes, I might do another video. But peace out, enjoy the vision.